Hey folks, Steve here. How you doing? Hey, today it's about drivers and drills. I've never actually gotten everything that I have out and put it on my bench. Normally it's just whatever I took to a job and I've got to clean up. So I'll have maybe half, maybe less than half out at any one time, cleaning it off to getting ready to put it back away. But I figured why not film the inventory, that way I have for insurance purposes, I have documentation of all this, and I get a video out of it. So here I am. My very first impact driver, so right down in here I have 3 impact drivers and an impact wrench. My very first impact driver, DCF 885. This one has brushes. And all of my impact drivers, thanks by the way, Renovations and Repairs, Richard out of Michigan, for giving me the idea of this stick-on add-on that holds all your bits. So it's just a little adhesive bit holder made out of kind of a soft rubber. I have them on all 3 of my impacts now, and I love having those extra bits without magnets or anything. I just love to have that. Well, anyway, I had 2 impact drivers. I figured that was more than enough so I could run Star Drive and Phillips or whatever. But when I was doing a deck job, my oldest went in the lake not once, but twice. Because it went in the lake when we pulled it out, when I pulled it out because I had to dive in to get it. Certainly aired it out, did whatever I could, WD-40 the whole thing and all of that. And was worried about it coming back. The first time it came back, whew, okay, I still have 2. Got me thinking though, if this goes in the lake again, or if this goes in the lake and it goes, then I'm down to 1 impact driver and I really needed them. So I got on eBay, found a third, and that third was like 50 bucks. Nice, okay, so I grabbed it. These 2 are brushless, they're the newer ones. One of them is the eBay special from somebody. And lo and behold, I dropped this thing in the lake again, and it came back again. So I have a complement of 3, and I'm very happy to have all 3. One I always keep a long extension bit on. The other 2 I have shorter. Sometimes I run Star Drive or whatever. But all of them have that adhesive bit holder. Very happy with that. Just recently, I added a 3/8. No, it's a 1/2 inch. It's a 1/2 inch impact wrench. This is the smaller of the 2 sizes. And I did this because my daughter had a flat tire emergency, so to speak, and I wanted to make sure that I was ready for lug nuts that were overly tightened so I could get them off and put the new tire on. Just wanted to be prepared, and I ended up with a new tool because of it. So I don't know what I'll use this for exactly, except that I've got it. And someone suggested lag bolts, or lag screws. So there you go. Okay, for drills, realizing I needed to get into tight spaces, having a drill that can get into tight spaces, I started looking around for small drills. In the 20 volt series, this is about as small as I could find. This is the DCD 708, and it's one of the Atomic series 20 volt. Love this thing. Not a lot of span here, and this does a lot of things for me in tight spaces. I have 2 hammer drills. This, I believe, is the older hammer drill, DCD 985, and it is my older hammer drill. And this is not brushless, it has brushes. So these 2 would have been purchased probably at the same time in the same kit. This is my newer brushless because I was concerned about this one going down, and so I have a hammer drill here, and it is brushless, and this is the DCD 996. Very happy with all 3 of these. They do everything that I need them to do. I have a specialized drywall gun. Very happy to have this. I was unsure exactly if I would like it or not, but man, get rid of the cords. Oh, I love this thing. I just love this thing. DCF 620, and this came with a laminate trimmer. I got this one in a kit. I normally don't buy kits because I have tons of batteries and tons of chargers. That one came in a kit. Well, the tool I thought I would never replace, I replaced. This is the 90 degree. It's the right angle drill, of course. DCD 740. They did change the reverse forward switch, and so it's an actual 3-dimensional switch, and that's way better for these fat fingers that I have. Otherwise, paddle, the paddle switch, 2 speeds, obviously going to get where even this one can't get to. So I am happy with this, but I don't pull this out very often. Mixing drill. Very happy to have this when I was doing a lot of thin set mixing, and I just did not want to tear up a regular drill or go buy just a 1/2 inch drill that I was going to tear up anyway, because that's what I was doing. This is a DCD 130, and this has done everything I wanted to do over tens and tens and tens of jobs. Maybe not hundreds of jobs, but tens of jobs. And it does come with the handle. It's Feels like this thing weighs about 30 pounds, but this is my baby. I love this thing. I will never dog this drill down. This is the, and 60 volt flex, mixing drill, 60 volt flex. This is the thin joist drill. And so DCD 470, and I am super, super happy with this drill. I've used it quite a bit. Heavy to run, but it is very, very, you know, it's set up well to run what you need to run where you can brace yourself. So I do like this. I don't use this much. I just put this on for the video, but I like this drill a lot. Last thing I have out, back to the 20 volt. So 60, 60, everything else in here is 20. This is a 20. This is, I believe, either the small or the mid-size of the rotary hammer, so it's an SDS, they call them. This is a DCH 273, and it's a 1-inch SDS brushless hammer, and I have used this to take out a lot of tile. I've actually drilled through concrete to get conduit through and everything else. So I have been very, very happy with this drill. I think I might be running it wrong because I am really tearing up the front of this kind of plastic cowling that they have. Really tearing it up as I'm driving into the tile, typically when I'm doing demo, and doing a little bit of prying, which you're probably not supposed to pry because of the chuck or something. But very happy with this, and one of those tools that I would replace it if it went down. It's that handy. But of course, I'm not demoing tool or tile every day either, but when I do. Now back to these, I did forget DCF 887. DCF 787. And I know they don't, DeWalt doesn't do like next gen, second gen, third gen. I know Milwaukee's big on that. But with these, they have so many numbers. I think if you start looking up impact drivers, I don't know if they change the numbers every year. I don't think much changes about them. And it's not like they're becoming more powerful. They have tons of new settings. But it's impressive when you go to look and say, well, you know, is this the best one that I want to buy? And there are like 40 of them with numbers that are very different from each other. And, you know, what do you pick? So I go to YouTube and I say, okay, you know, let's compare this to that. And then someone out there has inevitably done a video on comparing this to that and says, oh, this is way better because of the fill in the blank. So thank you, YouTube, for all of those videos, because it's why I'm picking the tools that I am. All right, well, there you have it. Impact drivers, impact wrench, and basically things that drill, and a demo tool that also drills. Very happy with my cadre. I don't know if I'm missing anything or not, although I would like to get a 12 volt in this and a 12 volt in this, because in the 12 volt, those tools are even smaller for really tight spaces, and basically looking so I'm not necessarily having to go to this and just having options, but then I'm at a 12 volt. However, the 12 volt DeWalt batteries will charge on a 20 volt charger, so I'll have to keep track of a few extra small batteries, but I think it's going to be something that I want to look into, just to have some really compact tools for those very, very tight spots. And I'm the guy, because I'm a hobbit, I'm the guy that gets stuck going into those tight spaces. And, you know, I tried to, you know, eat a bunch of donuts, gain some weight so I can't fit. They still send me anyway, and they say, well, if you get stuck, you shouldn't eat the donuts. All right, well, anyway, so I'm going to look into a little bit of 12 volt, and otherwise, very, very happy with this. Hey, thanks a lot, YouTube. You take care.